Great penetrating guards like Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, or many years ago, the great Bob Cousy. They know that when they penetrate into the paint area, they can either take it to the hoop, or if they draw a man over to them, that is their double team, they can dish it off. But they'll always find a way to take the shot or hit the open man. Nobody can run as fast as the ball can travel through a pass. Therefore, the best way to beat the defense is to pass the ball. And you don't have to be fancy to be effective. Remember, no pass is a good pass unless somebody catches it. And the most basic pass is the chest pass.
When throwing a two-handed chest pass, remember, always step towards your target. When throwing the basketball, when you release it, make sure your thumb's always pointed down and the ball has a little bit of backspin on it. The bounce pass is executed like a chest pass, except the ball bounces about 2/3 of the way towards the receiver, so it bounces up to the waist of the receiver. This pass can be used when you're getting a lot of defensive pressure from a single or double team. To throw the hook bounce pass, you must step around the defensive man so that you get outside of the defensive pressure and throw a sidearm pass to the receiver. Here's something to avoid. As I see Danny Ainge cutting to the basket, I throw him a sidearm bounce pass. As you can see, I threw it behind him and the ball skidded on me, costing us an easy 2 points. The overhead pass is typically used to inbound the ball or often to feed a pivot man. A variation is a jump overhead pass. It is used only when the man is wide open because it is such a dangerous pass. Because anytime you leave your feet, you better have a target to throw to, because if not, you could get stuck in the air and always get called for traveling. When throwing the baseball pass, it is a very dangerous pass because you just have one hand on the ball. When throwing the ball, it's much like throwing a baseball. You want to throw it in a direct, straight line to the receiver. When throwing a long pass full court, you want to throw it to where the man can run it down. You do not want to throw behind him, because if you do, he'll have to stop and let the defense catch up with him. The behind the back pass is made by directing the wrist at the receiver from behind your back. This pass should only be used in special instances such as a 2-on-1 break, when the defensive man has committed himself and is all over the ball handler. He can go behind his back to open up an otherwise tight passing lane.
Go! Touch that line over there. Come on. Let's go. Now you've seen the basic passes. Here's some drills and some games which you could use, which are not only effective in teaching the kids, but they can have some fun. This is a passing drill. It teaches you to pass under stress. There's a guy in the middle who's on the defense, the other men are on the offense. They can't pass to the guy next to him. It's just a simple drill, but you've got to move fast. This is a long pass drill, similar to a sort of a baseball pass. Have some fun.
Your head is up, your head is up. Your head up, boom.
When you learn how to dribble the ball, the main thing, even passing, the main thing is no turnovers.
My philosophy is I like to get the ball in the vicinity of the guy to catch it. I always say once it leaves my hand, there's nothing I can do about it. It's up to the guy that's receiving it. I know.
However, he's got to know it's coming. I mean, sometimes if he's out there and you throw it real hard and he doesn't expect it and he drops it, I think it's the fault of the guy who threw it, not the guy who didn't catch it.
In certain situations, but I think if you throw a pass to a guy, if his defensive man's behind him and a guy slides around, knocks it away and steals the ball, I think that's the fault of the guy receiving the pass.
Well, that may well be. But suppose a lot of times a guy goes up for a shot, and he changes his mind. All of a sudden you throw a hard pass at him and it goes off his hands. You can't blame the guy whose hands it went off. You got to blame the guy who passed the ball.
Well, my situation, I don't usually worry about it. If I go for the shot, it's going towards the rim.